Welcome back to Facts Before Hype. Happy New Year to our dear subscribers. We welcome you to the new year. Kindly subscribe and like this our video. Kindly share this video so we can get to 100 subscribers. Thank you. Doris Ogala has posted on her Instagram handle calling out Pastor Chris Okafor to come and take responsibility of his alleged son. If you remember, one of his church members came out called Ebere, ex-choir member, and claimed that Pastor Chris Okafor is responsible for her son and she aborted 4 pregnancies for Pastor Chris Okafor allegedly. If you are new here, you can check our previous video. We did a full video on Ebere. Now, Doris Ogala has posted on her Instagram handle telling Pastor Chris Okafor to come and take responsibility or else she's going to say some part of the story that is not going to be nice. And she's sounding this note of warning to Pastor Chris to come and take full responsibility. She also said if he wants to be sure, he can do the DNA. Let's listen to the full warning Doris Okafor gave.
I've been so disturbed since the day the mother of this child and this child came to me. I've been so disturbed, honestly speaking. I want to appeal to everyone. I actually have my issues with Chris, which is really making me very upset. I could have just said, oh, let me say everything I wanted to say about him and all that. But since the day the mother of this child reached out to me, and I'm not particular about her relationship with Chris, no. My focus is the child and the abandonment. As a matter of fact, he left to me. I didn't want her to come out on social media. I tried to hold it down. The first day she came, I had to reach out to Chris Okafor's friend, to see how best they could resolve this indoors because of the child. But their usual way of reluctancy and all that. The guy said he was going to get back to me. That's the bishop, which he did. He didn't. I had to call him again. At the time, he said he was going to get back, and he said, "Oh, he hadn't spoken to Chris and all that." There are reluctant way of handling issues. The mother of this child, that was what got her provoked. I couldn't even control her going on live. If I had the power to control her, I don't think I would want her to come and tell all the stories she did. But eventually she did. She's an adult. I have little or more I could do. I want to appeal to anyone who knows Chris Okafor, the pastors, his colleagues, because I wouldn't want to come out with this child's story the way I did with my own. Mine issue is different from theirs. Anybody who knows Chris, to kindly go and tell Chris to at least find a soft ground for this child. I'm not looking at this boy. This boy is his exact carbon copy. But for evidence sake, he should at least redo a DNA so he can take up his responsibility on this child. This child, from the day I saw this child, I've not really rested. I've had this thing, like this trauma. I was like, how could a man abandon his own flesh and blood this way? It's not as if you don't have money. It's not as if you can afford to give, even if it's 100,000 a month, at least, so she can feed this boy. There was a story she told me that left my heart bleeding. She said, ordinary biscuits. She wanted to go and buy biscuits. The day I bought her a carton of biscuits, the day I bought them, bring those things I bought for your kids. Let me put it. The day I bought a carton of biscuits for the boy, she started crying and she said, Chai. She said, boys, look at the biscuit that one auntie used to use and insult us. And I said, why did you say that? She said, one time she didn't have money and the son was hungry. She had to go to that shop to go and ask the woman to give, even if it's one biscuit for the boy to eat. In fact, this story left me shattered. I had to go back. She went to go and ask the woman for the biscuits. And the woman poured it out here. And the woman insulted her. She The man gave her the biscuit, one biscuit eventually. These are the things I had to pack for the boy. So she leave it there. Just open the other one. These are the things I had to, after telling me that story, these are the things I had to go and pack for the boy. You can see the carton of biscuits. Because of that biscuit, I had to buy the carton. You know, I had to buy the carton. So when she told me that story, she said the woman, just because of one biscuit like this, the woman insulted her. One biscuit, how much is this biscuit? One, maybe like 50 or 100 naira. This girl could not afford it. She had to go and beg for her son to eat. Please, I want to beg anybody who is very close to Chris Okafor. At this point, I'm even shielding my sword. Let him, for the sake of this child, please. My own can be secondary. We can discuss my own afterwards. But please, people who knows Chris, please, let him come through for this child. Please, anybody who knows Chris should talk to him. I don't want to come out and be ranting over this child because of his future. I don't want to do that. And let him not put me to the point where I will have no choice but to do that, to tell the exact story of this boy. Please, I have chats, I have voice recordings, I have all the evidences, I have his marriage list to this young lady. I don't want to go to that route, but please, the people who knows Chris should tell him to come and take responsibility. Honestly, I have short fuse and I don't want to go that route with him. Please.
This is exactly what Doris Ogala said, and my advice to Pastor Chris Okafor is for him to call these people together and find a way to resolve it. This is really getting messy. What do you think? Drop your comments below. Facts before hype. We always bring you the latest update. Kindly subscribe to our channel, like this video, share, and drop a comment. Thanks for watching.